Could you kill a person? What if it was legal? Would it ever be right? "53 countries across the globe currently have the death penalty in place. In the USA, it is reserved for the most extreme crimes. But in places like Iran, it can be executed for critical journalism and sexual orientation. So is killing a person, no matter what they've done, ever okay? We'll look at the death penalty through the lens of two major schools of thought, utilitarianism and virtue theory. Both of these come under the umbrella term of moral philosophy, or the study of what is right and wrong. To begin, we will view this dilemma using the reasoning of utilitarianism, commonly referred to as consequentialism. Consequentialism. Now, the theory that ethical decisions should be made on the basis of the expected outcome or consequences of the action. Consequentialists believe that ethical dilemmas should be decided using a numbers-based logic. You should try and make decisions so that the greatest number of people experience the greatest happiness. This theory was popularized by philosopher Jeremy Bentham in 1789, and it is a logically sound way of viewing dilemmas. It is often the favored philosophy of conservative politicians. So what would a consequentialist think of capital punishment? Using the greatest happiness criterion, a utilitarian thinker would support the death penalty. They would point out that complete elimination of reoffending, therefore stopping any future harm and guaranteeing at least a base level of happiness. A consequentialist would also say that capital punishment provides a great deterrent for future crime. This reasoning is often used in real-life debates. For example, the 2012 Republican Party platform supported the death penalty as a way to keep neighborhoods safe, using consequentialist views of greatest good to justify this. This argument has its pros and cons. Pros. Prevents reoffending. It is also a powerful deterrent, and is seen as providing full justice. The cons, however, are that it prevents any kind of rehabilitation. There are no proven results, and the question can be asked, what is greatest happiness? Is the world happier if homosexuality is eradicated? Is the world happier if completely unified and all critical views are gone? Next, we will look at the death penalty with virtue ethics as our guide. Virtue ethics. Concept. An ethical theory championing the use of virtues to decide moral dilemmas with a focus on self-improvement and the goal of becoming a better person. Virtue ethics was coined by Aristotle in ancient Greece and emphasizes that people should be judged based on their intent. He said that if a person is good, they act with virtue, and virtue can take a lot of forms. Because virtue is a bit of an umbrella term, Aristotle came up with a rule to provide a more comprehensive guide on how to act. It is known as the golden mean. His idea was that a virtue is the middle ground of any given trait. For example, courage is a virtue because too much causes foolhardiness and too little causes cowardice. So what would a virtue theorist think of the death penalty? Because virtue theory tells us to aspire to be the best person you can, a virtue theorist would oppose the death penalty. They would reference the virtues of compassion and kindness, and point to the fact that we are sinking to the same level of the criminal by ending a life. They will point out that killing a person does not benefit society more than imprisoning them would, and so we would be acting in a rash manner purely for the sake of vengeance. This would be seen as an excess of justice and not conform to the golden mean. Virtue theory is often used in debates as an argument opposing the death penalty, such as in the bipartisan statement on the Australian Human Rights Commission website, condemning capital punishment. Like consequentialism, the application of virtue theory to capital punishment has its pros and cons. Pros. Evidence shows that jail time is actually more effective than the death penalty. It promotes a complex understanding of crime, and it sends a good example to the rest of the world. Cons, however, are it does not provide eye-for-eye justice as such. It may deter criminals less even though there is no evidence to support this, and it could be seen as unfair on victims. So what do I think? For me, virtue theory has it on this one. With no evidence to actually support the death penalty, I believe that we should value human life over a sense of justice. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. And if we can get to 1,000 likes, I will remove this pesky Movely watermark down below as well. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed.